Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. This is a slight update to my comments about the insane action that the governor of New Mexico took on Friday to suspend a constitutional right under the guise of a medical correction, a public health emergency. Absolutely bizarre. She had no authority to do that, and in my personal opinion, that was a dare. That was a dare. Why she did it? Because uh, she was probably under a political pressure. She probably has political ambitions, obviously, and the Democrat groups and the Moms Demand Action, Bloomberg supported groups were probably up her ass sideways saying, you got to do something or we're going to lose New Mexico, you know, because I could easily turn New Mexico, if not red again, purple, if she leaves, because people are mad that they did this, and the number of deaths and homicides by firearm were almost all gang related. Some was collateral damage, uh, but as a result of gang related type stuff. And the governor uh, is not addressing it. But more importantly, the police of Albuquerque are doing really nothing. The district attorney and prosecutors of that county and the state are really doing nothing. They get the same people that misbehave with and do this gang stuff, and they catch and release. And that's what's going on in Albuquerque. But uh, we could speculate about her motivation. We could. Uh, but the consequence of what she did is so great. It's so great. Uh, for those of you that don't know or don't remember, uh, our country was founded based on this kind of thing, where the person in authority said, uh, we're going to take this action. And then in the modern times, it was obviously what happened uh, right after Katrina, where, and you've seen the videos of cops going in and throwing, 80-year-old ladies on the ground because she had a gun and wouldn't give it up, that kind of stuff. Um, most states now have in their law, as a result of Katrina, that you cannot take away the person's constitutional right to keep and bear arms because of any kind of emergency. There's wiggle room in the New Mexico law, right? Which is why she figured she could get away with this. But more importantly, there is federal law that says you cannot take away someone's constitutional right under color of law, which means you're using your position to do something illegal, which is take away someone's rights knowingly. Um, Now, nobody's going to do jack about that. We haven't heard from the President of the United States saying, hello, you can't do, because he's probably cheering. About time somebody did something, because what he would like to do, he would like to do the same thing, but he would have to declare martial law in some of the largest cities in the country. And that's kind of what she's doing. Martial law light, right? Saying you cannot, citizens cannot be armed in public. And the only reason that the local law enforcement, both sheriff and police, are not going to do anything is because in the state of New Mexico, they have gotten rid of qualified immunity, which means that any individual cop or sheriff deputy would be liable personally for violating somebody's constitutional right knowingly. And since this is known to violate somebody's constitutional right, the sheriff and police chief are saying we're not going to subject our people to that. They're not saying we disagree and we're not going to do it because it's unconstitutional, and I'm telling my people don't do it. We're saying we don't want our people to get sued. Now, if they didn't have qualified immunity, man, those cops and those sheriff deputies would be out there in force enjoying the idea of arresting somebody. Well, so there's been a couple of lawsuits. Okay, good. A couple of lawsuits. National Firearms Association, Gun Owners of America, good on you, right? In the meantime, it's been 3 days. It'll probably be 4 days of having constitutional rights taken away. My question to all of you who live in New Mexico and are exercising your right as a U.S. citizen, whether you conceal carry or open carry, where are the armed protests from you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Why has there not been coverage of 1,000 armed, peacefully walking people going down to, where are you? Where are you? Why have you not walked downtown Albuquerque, around City Hall? Why have you not done that? Why have you not done that? I've been part, where I live, I've been part of a 3,000 person armed march around the capital of the state, right? So I know it can be done. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing what, back in the day, when civil rights was a real thing and black folks did that? They got in the street, they got together, they walked, and it was peaceful protest, because it was peaceful protest, right? Where is the armed communities, peaceful, walking around with guns, protest civil disobedience? Where is it? Right? Crickets from y'all. Crickets. And I'm talking to the people who live in New Mexico, right? Live in New Mexico. Is everybody at some gun conference somewhere? Yeah, some of y'all got day jobs and can't try. I'm talking about me. If I didn't have to pay the rent, I would be on a plane in New Mexico walking armed and daring somebody to arrest me. I would welcome that, right? So where are you folks at? Where are you? How come you're not doing that? Crickets. No news, no YouTube gun channel people, nothing. Nobody. Where are you? Where are you? So this is kind of a rant, and I'm frustrated. Because the left, they'll be out there with bullhorns and shit in Tennessee in the state house, disrupting stuff. Where is the gun carrying community? Why are you not in the street demonstrating, peacefully protesting, so that we can get video of state police and anybody else that stupid governor wants to attend? Let her say, well, there's 1,000 people armed in the city of Albuquerque. I don't have enough state police to do this, and the sheriffs and the cops ain't gonna do shit. So I'm gonna let her do this. Let her then say, I'm calling the National Guard. Oh, I'd love to see that video. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see her try to pump up the jam on this. But it's not gonna happen unless you all get in the street. Get in the street. Hey, if these stupid people who protest the planet and, eco whatever protesters, right? They want to chain themselves and block traffic, right? They want to do stupid stuff and protest and force law enforcement to come and arrest them. Why don't you do that? It's your house. Go do something so we can see that you're doing something. Filing lawsuits is not enough right now. This is too egregious that she's done. Yeah. So, for those of you that just found this channel, you like the content, well, good on you. Subscribe so you get more. Hit the bell icon. And as always, wherever you can, however you can, whenever you can, carry on.